Hello, welcome back. I got to sleep in today, and that was nice. I was up late. Um, and when I woke up, there was a few songs just going in my head. Like, I don't know what it is. This is how I accept. I love waking up to music, and like when I'm waking up and I'm singing certain songs, it's just so nice. So I had a little bit of King's Affirmation, which is there's no problem when I'm the equation. 33 seconds. There's a problem when I'm the equation. Um, and so I don't know if you know that song, Aniko. She's very amazing. They're very amazing. Check out Aniko King's Affirmation. If you haven't somehow been on the internet, this is a very specific message, and I don't know if I know it's going to be for whoever finds this video. There's like a lot of people who so there's many collectives happening. And in this collective, there's like a certain like type of like archetype of person. And this is for you. Hello, you found it. 1, 2, 3, as I was saying that, because you found it. Hello. Um, and so this specific archetype of person is the therapist friend. The friend who like everybody comes to and all of that. It is like truly like the friend that people are like, oh my gosh, you nourished my soul. Sometimes a little bit. It's 11:11 as I say this, by the way. Friend my time. Um, and so a lot of times you tend to be everyone's best friend, but it's hard for you to have a best friend because people don't really get to know you that well. You're kind of like people. Everyone has you in their life, but they don't have you in their life because you're not very open. Um, and it's not like on purpose. It's just kind of like as soon as you start to talk about yourself, people tend to talk about themselves. Like they naturally feel safe to vent and feel free to talk about themselves. And you are more than welcome to let people have that safe space. And so a lot of times, what you'll notice is that your friendships tend to be a bit more heightened and you tend to be closer to friends whenever they're kind of going through stuff. And then once their life is happy and they're doing well, they tend to like go off and do their own thing and y'all communicate less. And that isn't something that you necessarily are upset about. It's almost like you're happy to see that they've healed to the point where they can go be happy and not need to have a therapist friend 303 as I was saying that. Um, and so then whenever y'all talk, they can just share their joys and their happiness and be like, oh my gosh. And it's at 314 as but anyway, to share their happiness and joys as opposed to having to share their woes. And sometimes they're having so much fun they can't talk, and that's a beautiful thing too. Um, that's kind of like that. That's you. That's your archetype. Is that somebody who like really truly like authentically wants the best for the world? It's like I'm not saying that most people don't want the best for the world. Like generally, like that's something that's normal and like that people want the world to be happy. You specifically take it seriously to like a whole other way. Like sometimes like where even you're setting certain boundaries and even like possibly now like it's almost like you're like not quite in your villain era, but villain era. You're setting these boundaries to the point like with all these people in your life because you know it's for the better for the collective. You're no longer caring about what's going on with the people around you. Like you still love them and care for them. And if they are testing your boundaries, and they are going to be cut out because like what the heck are you doing, bruh? Why are you doing that to me? And you know, you see that I'm doing something huge for the world. So like and like you're over here like saying we're gonna save the world. We're building a utopia. Okay? Like and you're taking it super fucking seriously. Pardon my French. 444 as I say this. You're taking it very seriously. Because it is time. You're like, no, I'm tired of looking at this. Like, look at this house. It's a mess. I cannot just I've we've been in this depression as a society, as a world, as all these things, and now we're looking around and we're finally able to see because we finally that haze has been lifted from the depression, and you're like, oh, I can finally take a deep breath because that weight is off my chest. That weight is off my soul right now, and I'm less. I can move. I have any type of motivation and ability to move around, and now I can see, and now I can clean, and that's what we're doing. And it's like you're the type of person who's going to be going into some stuff like, all right, let's do the hard work. I love it. And so there, I've explained your archetype. So now you know who you are, who I'm talking to. There is no problem when you are the equation. And I think that's what you have been embodying. Like, it's like almost you've been anointed or anointed? I got that from Jadina. Check out Jadina, by the way. I'm obsessed. Um, but you have been like initiated. There we go. You've been initiated into this position. It's like, so what I see in my head, it's like there's this dream. It's like very like you're in this big hall, this big dining hall, and you're sitting at this table, and everything is like kind of like gothic, dark core, like big, almost fey like mansion tower thing, huge glass windows that are long and skinny, and on the and this huge building is on the edge of this cliff, and there's this water just splashing huge waves up against this cliff, and by the time it reaches the windows it's just trickles, like almost like raindrops coming from the ocean. And you're sitting at this table, and you know it's at a very 707, it's at a very specific table, and you can feel that all of the people at this table are quite powerful in some way. They have things, they have accolades, they have abilities, they have something that you're like, and you know these people through either close or there's some acquaintances, there's some people that you know through the connections of the connections, and then there's the one head of the table, the person that you're there for, the one that all of these people at the table would are just waiting with bated breath to hear what they have to say. And she turns to you and stands up and says, "You will take my place." And a huge wave crashes against the window as you touch her hand and accept the offer. You have been initiated. All of these people at the table were possibly options to be the next in line, except you are the next in line to take the reins, to be a matriarch, or to be a queen, a leader in this field, this specific field for you. Healing in the way that you do, speaking to people the way that you do. You create a fertilizer for people. You create so much so that when seeds are planted in their soil, that they are at, that it takes and it thrives. So sometimes you're having people in your life where you are giving them this seed or this fertilizer, this little pack, and then you send them on their way, and then they return with good things. As you are moving through this world, you're looking outward a lot in the way of community, which is why you have been initiated into this role, into this job from the universe. And so now you will have a salary from the universe because you are going to be doing those things. You're going to be, since you are appointed to this. Oh, excuse me. Confirmation sneeze. Since you are appointed to this new role, stepping into this, it's like you're going to be getting adorned with new clothes and new things of material world. And sometimes like it's material world feels so like, ugh, quit giving me money, I don't want money for my things. And you're just like very much so, you're such a generous person, you're just like, no, 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 no. And you're allowed to have money. Like money is a part, it was Chinton as I was saying that you're allowed to have money. It's not, it's honestly, money is not the root of all evil. They want it to be, this is what it needs to be or whatever, but when they say money is energy, it really is this like supply. And like, I mean, it helps that I've played a lot of video games in my life as an adult. That's whenever I really learned to play them. And there's like often these like little bits of money just around. Like you find little treasure chests and you find jobs, and there's little ways to create currency of whatever kind in the game, even if it's a phone app game. There are times whenever you can watch an ad and get more gems for like a, you can do this and whatever, you know, you get the point. And that's how it is in real life. I choose to see life as a game, and you choose to see life as a game. You're somebody who really enjoys the art of play, somebody who's often bringing lightness to the situation, even whenever it's hard and you're having really hard conversations. It's 11:11 as I was saying that. Um, you're having these really hard conversations with people, and the reason why people are able to take it and go is because there is the balance of both. It is bitter and sweet, and sometimes you really lay on the sweet. And so it's getting to the point now where you really are just stepping into the point where you're just, this is you, and you accept whatever result. You are not really caring what people think of you, because at this point you trust yourself. You trust yourself so much that it doesn't matter what anybody else says, because you know your intention so truly. You know your intention so wholeheartedly that no one can tell you. And this is something that's very different from you, because you often have been like absorbing what people are saying because you care about what people are feeling. You're wanting to make sure that people are all okay. But now you're realizing you are the type of person who always cares about people's feelings. That's your like baseline personality. Like baseline, that's who you are. And so you don't have to worry about your actions, because you can trust in the fact that in your truest self, being authentic to yourself, you are always going to be nurturing people, even if they don't realize it at the time. Even if they feel and they're trapped in their own ego or whatever, you're seeing that. You're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just let this pass. And sometimes there's nothing to be said, and you just have to wait and be loving and understanding. And sometimes you have to be like, that is a boundary. That's enough now. um, so that's what's going on apparently. There was another song, "Slow Down the Crazy Child, You're So Ambitious for Juvenile." Vienna always comes up. Vienna always comes up, and I think that's because. And if you don't know Vienna by Billy Joel, go listen to it. This society needs to listen to Vienna by Billy Joel's 1331 Twin Flame member. This society, listening to Billy Joel's Vienna, we can slow down, and you have mastered the art of slow living, of like slow living and getting accomplishments done. You're getting more done than anybody else who is hustling and grinding and really like, I gotta do this, I have to, I'm multitasking, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. You've mastered the true art of multitasking, which is set this in motion, let it do its thing while you do other stuff. Oh, I'm washing clothes. All right. Well, while those clothes are washing in the machine, because the machine's doing this job now, I don't gotta sit here and watch it the whole time. I can go do something else. But you're not actively doing both things at once. And so you've mastered that in a way that you dedicate one day to one thing. And that's it. You're like, oh, this is my big thing that I'm doing today. And the rest will be fine, because the days are going to pass anyway. And at least you're not stressed out. And people are seeing how you're living. People are like, I want some of that. Why are you so, I want some of that. How are you? Okay. I think I could try. That seems easy. Wait, what? They really don't. A lot of people get so scared to slow down because they feel like they are going to fall behind. But it's almost like we're all running through a non Newtonian liquid, like as a society. And to move through a non Newtonian liquid, once you're in it, you have to move slow. Otherwise, you'll get stuck. The pressure of it alone will just lock you into place. Now, ideally, if you are aware of a pool of non-Newtonian liquid, run as fast as possible over it just for fun, but don't go in there unless it's like some type of don't do that. Don't do this at home. Don't do this. Anyway, that's my analogy. It's also my 4 day, so my words are all over the place. 1551 as I say that. Um, and it needed to be said, even if it's said poorly. If you resonated with that at all, let me know. And let me know if this is you, because honestly, you sound pretty dope. You sound pretty dope. You sound pretty cool. And I look forward to hearing about whatever ways you're helping the world, whenever you're ready to share it. Because I'm a part of the world. Thank you for helping me in advance. So, in the meantime, look out for the numbers and stay synchronized.